vintoncountynationalfamily.bank to learn more. Vinton County National Bank. Member FDIC.
How do you, Hothead, build your own burrito or bowl or pick a craft recipe from Leroy's lineup? At Hothead Burritos, we have bold burrito and bowl combinations, like the Hawaiian with fresh pineapple, seasoned chicken, and sweet habanero sauce. The Jalapeno Ranch, loaded with tender, meaty steak. And Leroy's Spicy Chicken, featuring our famous Hothead sauce. Burrito or bowl, our craft menu features even more of what you love. More choices, more flavor. It's all yours at Hothead Burritos.
All right, it is just before 9 o'clock here on the Morning Crew, and it's about time for us to celebrate birthdays. If you're joining us live on Facebook, good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Good morning to you.
I'm not going to do anything like any crazy gestures or anything like that might get us in trouble. But, hey, we're hanging out with you here, and we're going to celebrate some birthdays.
You say that, and Porterhouse walks by.
Yeah, Porterhouse walks by. So we may or may not have been accused of using some gestures last week. So at the wrong time, not realizing we were streaming live, but... It's a story for another time. So, hey, it's right before 9 o'clock here on the Morning Crew, and that means we got to celebrate some birthdays. So, Sir Paul, would you do the honors, my friend?
For anybody in the audience who's got a birthday today, happy birthday to you!
That's right. It's that time of day where we check in with the Party Hardy Birthday Patrol. We'll let you know who our local celebrities are, and, of course, who's famous around the world that you might have heard of as well, like actor Kay Callan. Lois and Clark turning 88 today. Singer Joan Baez. How many roads must the young man walk? Oh, young man.
It sounds a little bit more like Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim, yes. I'm 83 years old, so Tiny Tim, Joan Baez, what can I say? So she's 83 today. Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin turning 80 today.
Nice.
John Doman from Gotham is 79. Singer and actor Buster Poindexter. What you say? Real name's David Johansen. He's turning 74 today. So is that you, Santa Claus?
That's David Johansen?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
I did not know that.
Yep, that's what it says. So singer and actor Buster Poindexter, David Johansen, turning 74.
So he was actually a huge part of the punk scene.
Yep.
Like back in the early 70s.
You couldn't tell by the way he looks. He looks like a punk rocker.
Yeah, I guess I hadn't thought about it.
So Crystal Gale turning 73. At least that's how old her hair is anyway. So 73 years old today. J.K. Simmons from The Closer and the Spider-Man movies. He's turning 96 today. Oh wait, no, J.K. He's just only 69.
Oh, okay.
See what I did there with the
yeah.
J.K. like just kidding.
Yes.
Anyways,
J.K. Gotcha.
J.K. Simmons, 69 years old today. Actress Imelda Staunton from the Harry Potter movies and Vera Drake is 68. Guitarist Eric Erlandson from Hole is 61. Jolie Richardson is turning 59 today. Carl Bell of Fuel is 57. David Costabile from Billions and Breaking Bad, 57. Steve Harwell from Smash Mouth, well, he passed away last year, I think, didn't he? And he the one that died? No. Yeah, Steve, no.
I have no idea, man.
Well, it says Steve Harwell's turning 57 today. I thought he passed away, but maybe I'm getting him mixed up with somebody else. But if he's still alive, he's 57 today. So, Joey Lauren Adams from Chasing Amy and Big Daddy is 56. Dion Cole from Blackish is 53. Angela Bettis from Carrie and Girl Interrupted turning 51 today. Omari Hedwick from Power is 50. AJ McLean from the Backstreet Boys turning 46 today.
Backstreet's back.
All right. Yeah. Drew Brown from One Republic turning 40 today. He's the guitarist. Singer Paolo Nutini is 37. Actress Nina Dobrev from The Vampire Diaries is turning 35 today. Karis Dorsey from Ray Donovan and Brothers and Sisters is turning 35 today. No, 26 today, I'm sorry. And actor Tyree Brown from Parenthood is turning 20 years old today. So those are your celebrities who have a birthday today. Did you find out is Steve Harwell dead? Did you look it up?
No, I was getting ready to do that. I had to close.
Okay,
I had like remote sessions into remote sessions. So
All
I
right.
had to. Steve Harwell.
Yep. Got anybody you want to shout out today?
Yeah, I do. Well, there's a couple that I think you and I might have mutual.
Yep.
Let's see here. Jason Farrell has a birthday today.
All right.
Ryan Hansen over
Ryan
on the
Hansen?
other side turns 50. Jenna McCoy.
Jenna McCoy is celebrating her. We're going to throw her under the bus, her 40th birthday
let's
today.
do it.
So
Yeah,
happy
Jenna
birthday,
McCoy.
Jenna,
Those
former
are
band
the-
director at Jackson. So
Yeah, those are the three
also,
I had.
happy birthday to BJ Blackburn, celebrating a birthday today. My cousin Sarah Cutright, celebrating her birthday today. Richie Hughes has a birthday today. CJ Taylor celebrating a birthday. And also Josh Hutchinson celebrating a birthday today. Those are the ones that I've got, and we didn't have any called in today. So
And you were right. Steve Harwell,
did pass away.
he
So I
passed
thought
away
he passed
at the
away.
age 56. Yeah.
I thought he had.
It
So.
says September 4th, 2023.
Yeah, so- And by the way, they say if you're traveling today, stay away from the state of Iowa. They said this state of Iowa is pretty much entirely shut down because of all the storm that's going through there. And as we get rain, they're getting dumped with snow.
So, by the way, off air, you guys all missed it. It was right before we came on. Matt goes to sit down in the chair.
Well, preface it. I get out of my chair, touch everything, walk, leave the room.
Yeah.
Life is good. Go to the front of the building, pick up
The
birthday
birthday
list. Come back, sit in my chair, reach over to touch a piece of paper on the board.
And I mean, and these are big. So his static electricity is on point. I'm going to tell you now. As soon as he hit that, it was like, cling.
I literally sat in my chair, bounced once to get myself situated.
So I think what needs to happen is those of you who are out there in Facebook world, we've got these
Mesh chairs.
the mesh chairs, but we've got these vintage vests that I keep on here. So I never get shocked.
I will
Knock
still
on wood.
get shocked.
We're going to shove one of those on Matt's chair and see if that fixes it.
I'll still get shocked. It won't matter. So, anyway,
We need to do some
Let's
legal.
do some legal stuff real quick. Get it out of the way.
Broadcasting from the Telegram News Studios at the Stockmeister Plaza, Southern Ohio's best music mixes on Mix 96. WKOV-FM, Oak Hill, Jackson, Wellston, and MacArthur. A Jackson County broadcasting station.
All right, should we do some history stuff
Yeah,
now?
historically speaking, that's
Let's
what
do
we would
some
normally do.
History. I see what you did there. So there you go. This date in history. This date in 1979. Kmart. That's a store, by the way, for you Gen Zers.
Yeah,
It was a store that had blue lights in the store, and whenever the blue light came on, you ran to that section of the
That's
store
right.
because you didn't know what you were going to get on sale.
and it could have been like a Stanley or something.
Yeah, it could have been like a yes, could have been like a. I think I am. I'm going to start carrying around my granddad's old Stanley thermos again. Just like, hey, what's up, influencers? I got my Stanley.
Well, who was it that was talking about the Stanleys, and you realize that what happened was they made them so well the first time
Yeah,
that nobody had to buy another one.
it's true.
Nowadays, if you're marketing them to teenagers who lose everything,
Yeah.
of course they'll probably end up with 5 of those Stanleys underneath the seat of their car.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's a really good marketing idea. Sell it
Yeah.
to people who lose crap and sell
Yeah.
it to construction workers and everyday older guys who go to work, drink their coffee.
Yeah, I think I'll just go to Walmart and buy the off-brand that looks just like it, and
Yeah.
nothing else. Buy a Stanley sticker and put it across the front of it. So I'm like,
Sure.
look at me, I'm cool. But I don't know. I don't.
Somebody was asking me how much they cost.
I think the big ones,
Yeah, the 40
which
ounce.
is like the 40 ounce like that, I think those are like $50. The ones that I know, like the pink ones that they had at they're like, I guess they're sponsored by Starbucks or whatever.
Right.
But they're hot pink and they were supposed to be for Valentine's Day and they were sold exclusively at Target stores.
Mm-hmm.
Those are now going right now for like $150 to $200 online.
Good golly.
People are paying that. To which I say, if you're willing to pay that, why?
I don't know.
So anyway,
I've got some stuff for sale.
yes, I can say something. So, but all that to say, it was
right.
this date in 1979 that Kmart pulled Steve Martin's comedy album "Let's Get Small" off the shelves
Oh.
for being in bad taste. And in response, Steve Martin said, "Well, excuse me." And again, for those of you that have no idea what we're talking about, just type in classic Steve Martin comedy and you'll find it.
That's
So-
right. And just think,
I'm sorry, I got distracted a little bit. We got the Today Show on the background, and they're talking about tween skincare. And I just picture my daughters on the screen doing this exact same thing. And now I know where they're getting all the ideas because parents are letting tweens film themselves using ridiculously expensive
yes.
facial care stuff. And so now they're hawking it to little kids.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, just.
Oh, it's definitely a thing. I know it's a thing.
And literally, one of my daughters, where is she? She's upstairs working on her makeup and working on her skincare. It's like, she's freaking 10 years old.
Yeah.
She doesn't have skincare problems.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. She's dating 2000.
She's eliminating all the natural oils in her skin to put the
Yeah. So
artificial ones
so then
in,
she's gonna have leather skin. Which
That's right.
turns
She's gonna look like an alligator.
mid 20s. She's gonna look like an alligator. So
Yeah.
this date in 2000, Malcolm in the Middle debuted on television, which of course brought us Bryan Cranston as the dad.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. It made traditional families feel a lot better about going nuclear on each other. 'Cause
Yes.
it's like, oh, there are real people out there. So, this date in 2003, a faulty light ignited a fire on the set of The West Wing, which in turn lit a fire under the butt of the safety inspector at the studios.
Yeah.
So, this date in 2007, Apple unveiled the iPhone, which of course began the 1,000-year cell phone reign predicted by Nostradamus.
Yes. Really? It was only 2007?
2007 is when the original one debuted. So, I remember thinking when it came out, why would anybody need to pay? Because I think it was like $600. Why would anybody pay that much, and why would anybody need a phone like that? As I sit here now scrolling on my iPhone 11
That's right.
Pro Max.
It changed.
It really did change the face
changed
of
the
I mean,
world.
Now, I got to say, at that point in time, I had gone from using just a stupid little Motorola Razr flip phone to either I had a Palm, I had a Palm phone or a BlackBerry.
I had them too.
Because I did keep my calendar stuff on the phone, and so I had moved to that. So the idea of a smartphone before a smartphone, but I was still doing predicative text,
Yes.
trying to figure out what to do. But
See, I had what I thought was the coolest phone ever when I had my Palm Pre.
oh yeah,
The whole thing kind of slid
Slid
up
up
and
and you
gave you
just
a little
yep.
tiny keyboard. I love that phone.
So I remember in college they told us, they gave us my first job out of college. I got a job working for admissions at the university I graduated from, and they gave me a Franklin Day Planner.
Yeah.
Which of course back then that was the thing.
That was the thing, yeah.
They sent us through the Franklin Covey leadership class and all that crap, and supposed to make us organize and help us plan our day. And I had that stupid Franklin Day Planner, and it sat on my desk in the office, and I never used it.
Really?
Now, I did write the meetings and stuff that I had in, and did use it for the most part for that. So,
Yeah, and then I remember things were changing. The
Yeah.
transition was happening where you were going from the Franklin Covey to doing things with your phone.
Well, I never used. I mean, I had it and I used it and it kept all. I kept all my business cards and all that crap in there, and so I carried it around with me when I went, and I used it to kind of tell me, but I didn't use it. But the day that one of the guys in the office got the original black and white, LCD Palm Pilot, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And then I was able to get one on a Black Friday deal, I think, when they were first coming out, and it was one of the cheaper ones. It wasn't one of the high dollar ones. You couldn't do anything with it. As soon as I switched to that digital format, it was like a light switch went off, and I scheduled everything through that, and I was like, well, let me check. And I carried it around with me and did everything with it, and it's like the rest is history. And so then when I got to my BlackBerry, and then of course you could find out you could sync your Palm or your BlackBerry with Outlook or whatever calendar program. Made it even better because you didn't have two calendars. It was like, so then when I finally switched over to iPhone, it was like, wow, okay, a little bit of a time frame.
I think my problem with calendars right now is that I have so many other people's calendars on my phone.
Yeah, I know. It's like
that I never enter in my own stuff.
Yeah, so we had different color codes on our phones for
Same.
different events. So, but yeah, all that to say, 2007,
Wow.
the iPhone changed history. So,
Absolutely did.
of course, it wasn't long after that the BlackBerry went away, and of course we had the introduction of the Android, and it was like, what's better, Android or
Do you still have
Apple
a
or-
cell phone graveyard at your house?
I have a couple older iPhones
Yeah.
that they wouldn't give us a trade in for when we upgraded, and they still got stuff on them, so it's like get the pictures off of them eventually somehow or whatever. But I've been told that you can even take those back in now, and they'll give at least a little bit of money for them. So we haven't done that or tried that yet. And I just saw a thing again on the Today Show earlier this morning that said that people are switching back to retro phones. Like one guy was celebrating, he had an iPhone 7, which doesn't have the Face ID, doesn't have da-da-da-da-da-da. And I said, well, that's great, except for the fact that for whatever reason, Apple or your cell phone company seems to know when you're out of your contract or you've paid off your phone, and then they dummy the thing, and it's useless. So, but I will say this: I've used my 11 now that I've got for.
I've got a
several
family
years,
member who still uses a flip phone.
Yeah. Well, they're coming back.
He just insisted he refused to do it. He does still take pictures on it, and he texts from it.
Right.
But yeah, he refuses to get a smartphone.
Yeah. Well, actually, speaking of flip phones, they do have a new, I think it's Motorola again, a new Razr version that's a flip smartphone.
Right.
But I'm thinking, I don't know how in the world that screen does
It's going to last.
But, hey,
Yeah.
I'll go with what I've got. So, what else we got here? 1956, this date in history, Dear Abby premiered in newspapers.
Yes.
So, many times I've seen lots of those articles, and people lived by them for years. 1984, Clara Peller was first seen by TV viewers in a commercial campaign for a certain place. Do you know who it is?
No.
You do. You just don't realize you do. Where's the beef?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, Clara Peller. This date 1984. Where's the beef? That campaign kicked off, and of course was a big part of the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah, I remember.
This date 1988. So Emotional. I get so emotional, baby. By Whitney Houston.
Whitney.
Peaked at number 1. 1989. Inside Edition debuted. One of those evening newscast
Yeah,
/
Inside Edition.
entertainment type shows that I
Yeah.
still watch occasionally. I don't remember this one. Back in 1989, the Pat Sajak Show premiered on CBS. Do you remember him ever having a talk show?
No.
I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently it was. I thought all he ever did was
Wheel of Fortune.
host Wheel of Fortune, but apparently he had a talk show for a while, so
What if he did that at the same time as doing?
I'm assuming it was probably a part of it, so. Could be coming up on 40 years,
Yeah.
so maybe, because he's doing 40, maybe it was before Wheel of Fortune. But I know he was doing Wheel of Fortune before then, I would have thought.
Oh, I would have to Google it, I guess.
Yeah. 1991, baseball officially banned Pete Rose from being elected to the Hall of Fame, to which I say, it's been long enough, folks.
Let him in.
Let him in. There's been worse. And now baseball betting is legal, so let him in. He
That's
deserves to
true.
be there. This date in 1996, Third Rock from the Sun debuted. Do you remember that show?
Yeah, I remember
That's like
that
a
show,
fun
but
show.
I never really watched
John
it.
Lithgow,
Yeah.
and they played the aliens that came to Earth, and it's kind of a fun show. This date in 2001, ABC debuted their reality show, The Mole, for the first time. I don't know if you remember that one or not. That's where they had the
kind
one
of.
person, the people were like trying to solve tasks, and
And you
it
had
was kind
one
of like
person
escape
who was
room type
there.
things. There's one person there that was the mole, and their job was to ruin it all. And they had to try to figure out who the mole was, and if you did, then you won a certain amount of money. And if the mole won, then the mole won like
So what year was that?
2001.
Boy, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago.
Yeah, 22 years ago. But it was back. That was kind of back in when they were just really starting to push
That kind of
reality TV and competition shows and that type of stuff. So, 2002, Yasmin Bleeth from Baywatch, among other shows, was sentenced to 2 years of probation and drug testing, along with 100 hours community service, in connection with a cocaine possession charge. So, 2007, Whitney's items were auctioned off after she falled $175,000 short and behind in storage fees.
No.
So, must have been in the heat of all her troubles as well. So, and it was this date in 2022, 2 years ago, that we lost Bob Saget
Yeah.
at the age of 65 when he was found unconscious in his hotel room. After, I think, didn't they finally say it was a heart attack? I think they said he.
I do not remember.
So, but sad day. So, looking for reasons to celebrate today. It's National Balloon Ascension Day.
Balloon Ascension
Yeah.
Day.
So, but don't forget the balloon ascension is only for one day. For what comes up must come down. So
Right.
today's not really a balloon launch kind of
Not really.
day, although it might go who knows where. Plain and simple. It's also Law Enforcement Appreciation Day.
Okay.
So thank you to those police officers in each of our communities and those that are members of our sheriff's offices and State Highway Patrol troopers and the leadership there. So we appreciate you for keeping us safe and protecting us and doing your job. I know you get a lot of flack today, and a lot of people are not fond of law enforcement, but hey, we want to let you know we appreciate you today. It's National Cassoulet Day. Cassoulet. I have no idea what that is. So, but it's National Cassoulet Day. As we said earlier, National Static Electricity Day, which needs to just die and go away.
Cassoulet is it's a meaty stew of poultry, sausage, pork, and beans, all under a rich dark brown crust. It's a French dish.
So it kind of sounds like
a French dish.
Kind of sounds like a pot pie with beef instead of chicken. So no, it has chicken in it too.
Slow roasted stew.
Slow roasted stew with a
like in a crust.
Yeah. So basically similar to chicken pot pie.
Yeah.
More or less.
In that pot pie.
And I'm a pot pie.
And in that pot pie.
It's also Panama's Martyr Day.
Okay.
And Play God Day.
Play God Day.
I know some friends that they try to play God just about every day, it seems like.
That's right.
So there you have it. That's your reasons to celebrate today and what happened this date in history. So now you can say that you know what you didn't need to know or what you thought you needed to know that you really didn't need to know. So
yeah.
Don't ask me to repeat that because I'm not sure I
you to
could.
say.
So, yeah. So hey, we got more coming up on the show. We'll get into some celebrity news and gossip, or pretty people problems as we call it, and also. Well, let's do that right now. We'll just go ahead and do it. We were talking about Stanley Cups. And so, speaking of Stanley Cups, I got them, they're obviously very, very popular right now, and people are going nuts to get them. Well, the voicemail from Meredith this morning, since it was Tuesday morning, involves Stanley Cups. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what Menthol Meredith has to say about Stanley.
Well, did y'all hear about them idiots that was trampling people down just for one of them Stanley Cups? Well, it's me. I'm idiots.
You're idiots.
And y'all, after losing my home, big toe, and a kidney in pursuit of collecting Beanie Babies in the 90s, you'd think I'd know better than to glob onto some trend where pieces of crap are supposedly going to turn into cash cows, but nope. And I will say, at least these Stanley Cups is useful. I had to provide some clean urine to my probation officer, and I wasn't sure if mine was going to cut the mustard. So I just borrowed some of Verna's, put it in a Stanley Cup, and voila! I had clean, warm pee on demand. Okay, y'all. Now I gotta go. I just realized some of these Stanley Cups come in 40 ounces. You know what else just so happens to be 40 ounces?
Yes. Get her a 40 Schlitz malt liquor or something like that.
Right.
Yes.
Get a 40.
20 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're at 44 degrees right now. Always an adventure with Menthol Meredith. In fact, you could say it's an escapade. There's some Janet Jackson for you on the Morning Crew.